Shalom. We are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And today's topic is the black woman, the white man, match made in hell.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They have been able to use, our women against us who were supposed to be helpmeets to us. You see what I'm saying? They've been able to manipulate her and make it to the point to where also we think that a lot of instances we think that this is right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We've been that badly destroyed to where we think that it's right, and we'll even defend her while she defend the white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll defend her while in her foolishness. You see what I'm saying? That's not the defense of a sister, how to defend a sister. That's not it. That's not how you do that. Right. Well, we're going to start it out with going back to the Garden of Eden. We always have to go back. We want to understand, because they try and say, well, you can't understand the mind of a woman. You really can't understand it. Women, right. No, that's garbage. If that's the case, then why the hell Macy's understand your woman?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why Victoria's Secret understand your woman?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Why does everybody that games her up understand her and you don't? You play with her. You see what I'm saying? You listening to the serpent tell you that you can't understand your own damn woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You listening to the serpent while he tell you that he understands your woman well, and everybody that's trying to rip her off and get things from her understand her very well, and you laying with her and you don't. Right. That's a problem.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's not that you don't because you ain't been taking inventory on her or whatever. You don't believe that you can understand her because that's what the white man said. The serpent told you that. You can't understand her. Man, what was that saying? Men are from Mars, women from Venus, some old garbage like that. What that old saying? Anybody remember that? They got us thinking that that we can't understand our women. You see what I'm saying? We can understand our women.
Yeah, right.
We understand our women. You know what I'm saying? We should, in the Isupk, we understand a woman better than any damn body.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go into Genesis, the 3rd chapter, and verse 1.
Come. Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Now, when it says he was more subtle than any beast of the field, you had a lot of beasts of the field out there, right?
Right.
Just like you have many nations up on the planet Earth today. The white man, though, is the most subtle of them all.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He's the most subtle man the earth and the world has ever seen. You see what I'm saying? He does everything through subtlety. What do serpents do? Serpents bite, they steal the poison, and eventually they kill you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what serpents do. Or you have the other kind of serpent that wrap themselves around you and slowly crush you to death. You see what I'm saying? Okay. The white man embodies both of those type of characteristics. Every type of deadly characteristics of any snake, serpent that is upon the earth, the white man embodies that. You see what I'm saying? And all of those tools are in his arsenal. Whether he's crushing you know what I'm saying? That crushing you has to do just like the boa constrictor or the python. You know what I'm saying? Cool. They crush you. That's what the white man does. How does he do this in society? He does it through oppression. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, wasn't it you that brought out how, when you go into the grocery store, now, like, you might have beef sausages and you have pork sausages, right? You just coming into the truth, you know what I'm saying? And you was formerly eating pork, right? So now you go and you see that the pork is cheaper. You see what I'm saying? And you work at McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? You working at McDonald's, not making much money, you really can't afford to get the something, a damn $5 pack of beef sausages, but they got, little 2 and some change on the pork sausages. So now that oppression, you see how that oppression is crushing your people? Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They crushing you through all of their different stuff, just like what a boa constrictor, a python, and all of that do. You know what I'm saying? Crushing you. But then they also have the venomous serpent that bites you, and then the venom leavens all throughout your body and eventually kills you. You see what I'm saying? The white man carries on all the characteristics of any type of subtle, sneaky snake it is on the face of the damn planet. Let's go back into the scripture.
That's right. Come. Which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Okay. Where was Eve wrong at first? Can anybody tell me where was Eve wrong at? Anybody know?
Salaki.
We just went over last night. The name starts with the title starts with a G.
Salaki. If you ask the question one more time.
Okay, the question is where did Eve go wrong at first? Right? What transgression was she doing? Because she was away from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
We went over this word gad abroad last night.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Good.
Gad abroad is a woman that go out and do, whatever she want to do. Like, say, for instance, Jacob's daughter, Dinah, was a gad abroad.
Huh.
That's how she ended up among the Canaanites, ended up getting raped. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how that ended up happening. She was a gad abroad. She was a woman that was going where she wanted to go, when she wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's not supposed to be the case. No male escorts, none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody for any type of protection. You know what I'm saying? No, a moment of no instruction. You see what I'm saying? And next thing you know, she said she went out to see the daughters of the land, right? And when she went out to see the daughters of the land, she ran across Shechem, the prince of the Hamites, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up raping her. You see what I'm saying? And defiling Jacob's daughter, right? Eve was being a gad abroad at this time because where was Adam? She wasn't with Adam, was she?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Woman ain't supposed to be going wherever the hell she wanted them to go.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And there was no constant communication between Adam and Eve in this situation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A nigga's supposed to be calling this woman up asking, where you at? What you doing? The nigga's supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? She's away from you. You're supposed to be checking up on her like that.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because the woman, that didn't go on in this situation, and this is what led to a transgression with her eating other fruit, you know what I'm saying? And she come back to him with a new doctrine. You know what I'm saying? She come back to him with a purple shirt on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wondered, he in the truth. He got the war belt on, you know what I'm saying? She leaves out without this constant communication of him checking on her, where the hell you at, what you doing, such and such. Now she's with the serpent and come back to him with the damn purple shirt on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She come with a new doctrine with something, you know what I'm saying? And got him to eat. Next thing you know, Adam put on the goddamn purple shirt.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's go back into the scriptures though.
God. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Okay. What should she have done? She shouldn't have never started trying to teach the serpent a damn thing.
Right.
She gonna try and teach the serpent. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, sisters, as soon as they learn, a lot of them learn that they Israelites, they want to start collaborating with some Jewish person or something like that. They're going to try and teach them, we the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Love us, we Israel. Next thing you know, if it was up to a lot of these women, if they had the congregate, which there are some Israelite women congregations.
Right.
And you know who they moved to next to them?
The Jewish man.
Right. It don't even have to be. It might be a Jewish man. That's who they really would want. You know what I'm saying? But they'll take the other white man. You know what I'm saying? And any other damn heathen, they'll move them up to positions of high positions of power.
Right.
You know, not even next to her. They'll be over her for real.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you know what that black man's role will be? He will be cleaning the toilets and stuff like that.
Sweeping the floor.
Right. Cutting the grass. You know, go ahead, officer.
So like, if I could, I just want to put input in. That's you know what I'm saying. That's 100% true, because black women be wanting a man to be like a butler to him. You know what I'm saying? To be a servant. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sit up there calling her black queen and shit, but she don't want you to be the king. She just wants you to be her servant.
Right. That's right. And you know, you ever know something? Check this out when you're on Facebook, right? All right. Now, you know how you got all of these, you know, black women and everything that's, you know, that's on there, and then you look at the comment section, and it's all type of thirsty brothers and everything. My queen, my goddess, my queen, my goddess. You scroll down, there's a long damn totem pole comment section of, you know, brothers uplifting her and doing all of this and that. Would you ever notice? You don't see the white men there, but that's who she really, you know what I'm saying? Would you say something against? You could say something against black men all damn day while she got all these black worshipers, all black male worshipers. You know what I'm saying? Her heart still be with the damn white man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No so-called queen. You know, no queen wants the damn butler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't go. No queen wants the butler. She doesn't want the damn court jester. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing too. There ain't no queens in Israel.
Right.
Anytime we had a queen in Israel, it went bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Jezebel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Atalia or Adaliah, or however you pronounce her name. Her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And with Esther, they say, well, Esther was a queen. Esther was a queen that was put up in that position over the Persians. She was, you know, the kings. You know what I'm saying? She was, because that was their custom. The Medes and the Persians, they had queens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And she was put up in the position of queens as to be a queen of, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't making the solid decisions and war. And, you know what I'm saying? She was all the way in order. Mm-hmm. And she listened to Mordecai, did everything Mordecai told her to do.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? She wasn't running. She didn't listen to Haman. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of these sisters today, they ain't got the strength to listen to a Mordecai. They want to listen to Haman. You see what I'm saying? And that you know, we never had no damn queens, as I was saying. We didn't have all of that. But when you uplift her and make her your queen, when the bigger she comes in your eyes, the smaller you're gonna be.
That's right.
Because the whole thing is about who is going to run that relationship. It's not about, you know, truth or who got the most truth and all of this and all that. You know what I'm saying? She wants the power over you.
Right.
Because she wants to bow you down to serve her while she serve her Lord.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a chain bow. Go ahead.
To elaborate on what you were saying earlier about Facebook, you know what I'm saying, how you'll see them, you know, them thirsty brothers on there, my queen this, my queen that. And then she won't even respond like thank you or nothing. She don't even acknowledge them.
Right.
And another thing is like, you'll see little things on Facebook where the black woman is totally disrespecting the black man, kicking him out, got him on there, and them niggas is looking super weak. That's how you know they ain't in the truth. Them is some Christian, effeminate spirit brothers on there crying on Facebook and shit, going on there begging and pleading. But in the same breath, you never see her do a white man like that when they in a devil relationships.
And she don't do it on her job either.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn
right. You know, and here's another thing too. You know, I don't give a damn what the situation, your financial situation or whatever is. You know, your Christian church, your Christian pastor, when use this cut right here. You know what I'm saying? Use this. when they sit there and say that you should be doing all of this and all of that, you know what I'm saying, for her and all of this and that, ask her if her boss at work is doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't cut the Christian with that, because you are supposed to be more of a boss to her than her boss at work. You see what I'm saying? Because you're her husband.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So if she's not, if her boss at work is not trying to prove himself to her, you know what I'm saying? Prove that he can be a good boss. You see what I'm saying? That I could be the best boss. Because if he did that, then she would be running the damn company, not him.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? She will be in control, not him. You see what I'm saying? The lesser always got to prove themselves to the greater.
That's right.
And your woman in the house is the lesser in that situation.
Right.
It just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, you can answer it. You know, sometimes women to try to use the fact that they getting paid by their boss and shit as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Christian church is trying to brush that in, like, well, he paying her and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That will make her a prostitute.
Right.
You pay a prostitute also.
Right.
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 You see what I'm saying? So now they gotta admit that they got a prostitute setting up in their church.
Right.
They gotta admit they got prostitutes all leavened out throughout their goddamn pews. So now you gotta look at that Christian pastor and say, well, if they're prostitutes, then you must be a pimp.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And if you're a pimp, you're an evil, wicked nigga. You worse than them niggas and your brothers that you be talking about out there in the world that ain't got no damn job. You a pimp.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And what does it also say in the scriptures? You know what I'm saying? To talk about, about being a whoremonger. A whoremonger means you profit off whores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You profit off of them. You benefit off whores. A pimp is a whoremonger. You know what I'm saying? They want to put it like a whoremonger, somebody that got multiple wives, he's sleeping with 3 different women, he got 3 wives. No, that ain't the damn whoremonger. The whoremonger is a man that uses the feminine wiles for his own profit and benefit, like he will allow his woman to dress out with her cakes hanging out because he knows that niggas is ready to pay her. You know, that niggas will be like, you will want some of that or whatever, be ready to kick or whatever, and he'd sit there and catch his cut.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or he will let his woman go to strip at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And he show up in the strip club and collect that dough.
Right.
That's a whoremonger.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I want to say that motherfucker, them wicked ass songs that them songs like Usher made. If you dance on the pole, that don't mean you a hoe.
Don't mean you a hoe and all.
Make them. That's what I'm saying.
Right. You dance on a pole, don't make you a hoe. Well, where's the damn song at to say, even though, we ain't together, you still this kid's father and love him. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that he loves you and he's going to, serve you. He's going to, where those songs don't exist.
Right.
No. You know what I'm saying? The song talk about how she going to raise the kid to love him even though they ain't together. Go ahead.
Right. And that's so true what you just said. You got all these songs out here that empowers black women to be whores and to be just the most despicable things on the face of this planet. And we got songs on here that's destroying our young black man, teaching them to be disrespectful, teaching them to be hellmongers, but you ain't got nothing out here that's letting them know who they really are. Ain't no songs about being princes of the power.
Right.
And if I could, that always goes back to them being trained by the white man. They master. You see what I'm saying? He tells them what songs to tell the masses.
Right.
So that the black community, the women in the black community can act like, what she just said in that song. All the single ladies and all this stuff like that. You ain't supposed to be no goddamn single lady. You're supposed to be a helpmate to your man. You see what I'm saying? In Genesis. That's what you bring.
Right. Damn right. Yeah, let's get back to the script.
Come on. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 3. But the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it.
Now, what is she trying to do? She's telling the serpent the word. You hear this? She's telling the serpent the word. You see what I'm saying? And who gives them the strength to sit there and think that they can teach? Do anybody know where the core of their strength come at to empower them to do that? It comes from. Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, if I could take a shot at it, it comes from weak men like Christian pastors.
To be more specific, it comes from the white man. It comes from the serpent himself.
God.
And then the power go from the serpent to the Christian pastors to her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The core of the matter is still the damn serpent. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, you know, the Christian pastors and all of them, they like the front runners. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because who come against you at camp?
The white devil.
Right, and the Christian, you know, the Christians. And a lot of them say that they were pastors. They're pastors and all of that.
Right.
And come out there and get cut all the piss, you know what I'm saying? And realize that they don't know nothing about the Bible. Go ahead.
And what I've noticed with our camp, and this goes on in every major city, whenever we get to slaughtering the Christian pastor who's trying to tell us to love the white man, he ends up hating us.
Right.
The same love that he wants us to have for the white man, he ain't got none of that love for us. He
Right.
with a passion.
Well, he claimed to love everybody. Right. He claims to love everybody. Wouldn't we count as some of everybody?
Right.
But he hates us with a damn passion, but somehow justifies himself like he's still walking in love.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the wine of Christianity right there.
Right.
Christianity, you talking about some strong, they got some goddamn strong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got some real strong, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
God. Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Right. So she knew what was taught to her. Now, what did she do? She took what Adam taught her, because the Most High dealt with Adam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Adam dealt with Eve. You see what I'm saying? Well, what did Eve do? She went to tell the serpent. Just like a lot of these people that so-called come into the truth, the first people they want to run to is somebody white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You get it right on the nose. That's what I want to say. Like when you come into the truth, what people got to understand, people who ain't in the truth, is that this Bible, this King James 1611, this is our law, statute, and commandment. It is not for no fucking heathen.
Yeah, right. Right. There's a precept on that. You know, don't cast your pearl amongst swine, nor give one wholly into the dog.
That's right.
And the white man is a goddamn dog.
That's right.
And if I could, the thing is the thing, this whole dynamic with that you're breaking out the origin of it, you know, with this white man and the black woman, and then them by proxy, you know, being your enemy. You know, you land with this woman every night. You know, you think, you know, everything's cool with her. And this just doesn't apply to women in the truth. So if there's women in the truth, you know, this doesn't apply to you. You should know that. But these women out here, you land in the bed with her, and she's getting instructions from her master.
That's right.
You know? And you're also getting instructions from the Christian church.
Right.
What do I mean by that? You know, I remember one time I was sitting in the Christian church before I came in the truth. And the whole damn sermon was about male bashing a black man. You know, telling a black woman, if your man don't work, you know, you need to kick that lazy bum out the house, and everybody standing up, you know, and they get to chanting and singing and everything like that. And, you know, I'm a black man, I'm thinking like, damn, you know, I thought, what about all that love y'all talking about in the church?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, I done seen the Christian pastor say, which I brought this up in class before, the Christian pastor say, if your man ain't working, then feed him beans.
Wow.
Right. Now, could you imagine? He's trying to get that woman, you know. Now, imagine that come across some woman in the church. She got a worldly man that ain't in the, you know, or hell, he might be a Christian himself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But she go home with that. A lot of brothers that ain't even in the truth ain't gonna put up with that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Christian pastor's getting ready to get some women beat up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His counsel is gonna get her ass beat. You see what I'm saying? You know, you don't disrespect no damn man like that. She can eat steak and got steak for her and the kids and giving him beans. No, hell no. Ain't no damn way.
Well, if I could, and something that's real wicked about that shit, they be teaching their daughters, you know what I'm saying, to do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? They coming up young doing the shit.
Right. And those daughters end up also looking at their fathers, even though they probably could have been there his whole life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The father could have been there his whole life, paying her way to put up for her for college, all of that.
Right.
She still look at him as the butler.
Right.
That's why they came out with that movie.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They came out and they had Oprah Coon Winfrey, you know what I'm saying, play in that movie. You know what I'm saying? They did all of that for a reason, because they know that black women look up to Oprah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they put her in the movie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
to have every man, you know what I'm saying, looked at, every black man looked at as the damn butler.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And and the black woman, of course, to be looked at as some queen and all that.
Right.
And like I said before, no queen wants the person that sets the damn table at the banquet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Give me some more.
Kind of a con. Verse 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods.
Now, think about this. Now, look what he said. Now, notice something here. Because what he said wasn't a total lie. This is like, anybody else seen the movie The Wishmaster?
The Wish.
Yeah, you remember that?
God.
The Wishmaster? You know what I'm saying? Well, he will come with these wishes for you, right? He'll give you the wishes. Like, one person said, I want to be beautiful forever, right? And all of his wishes will have a twist to it. It wouldn't come about the way you would think it would. You know what I'm saying? The person that said they want to be beautiful forever, he made them a mannequin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You was beautiful.
Yeah. He said they're like this. They like this. Can't move, but their eyes can just move and all that. And they were stuck like that forever. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know, but that's how, because there was some truth into what, you know what I'm saying, the serpent was saying, right?
Right.
Just like the white man. He said, Jesus died for your sins. When he tells a black person, Jesus died for your sins, he telling a complete lie? He's not, is he?
Lie.
He's not telling them a complete lie. He's actually telling the truth.
Right.
Because Christ did die for your sins.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're a black man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the tribe of Israel you're from, you know what I'm saying? Christ did die for your sins. But what does he do? He puts his lie inside that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he gives you a picture, say, this is him.
Damn.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is who died for your sins.
Oh,
So all of that revolutionary stuff that you're talking, you might not want to do that. Because see, that's not what he would do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how they do that. When everything that he said wasn't a total lie, but you know, you always gotta watch for the hook, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Eve being simple as hell, you see what I'm saying? The serpent told them as soon as their eyes would be open and they would be as gods. You see what I'm saying? Knowing good and evil. But what he did, you know, go ahead, let's go back into the scriptures.
And it says, knowing good and evil.
Knowing good and evil, but see, he didn't tell you how you would know it. You wouldn't just have a head knowledge of good and evil, because hell, you know, even the angels know good and evil because they didn't have to kill evil men.
Right.
They didn't have to kill evil men, you know what I'm saying? And they assisted good men.
Right.
So they have a head knowledge of good and evil, but she didn't understand that when he said knowing good and evil, there's two kind of knowing. There's a head knowledge, a type of knowing, and then there's the knowing of when you know it and you did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know your wife. Like, people know your wife. You know what I'm saying? They have head knowledge of your wife. They know her. They work with her or whatever, but you know her means there's an intimacy between you and your wife.
Right.
Y'all go to bed together. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell Eve that you and Adam would be in bed with the sins, and whoever you sleep with, you become one flesh, right?
Right.
He didn't tell us that there will be a joining between them and the sin that they would always have to keep fighting against.
Right.
And
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
If I could, sir, that's just like the white man today with black women. He games black women up in these corporate jobs, you know what I'm saying? In these universities, they go to these universities to get all the white man's knowledge and philosophies and stuff like that. And then what do they come back home to their black man to do? You know what I learned in school? I learned this and do that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about it. When it comes back, it's never anything good for you. It's always good to build up their goddamn kingdom.
Right.
And that's the same spirit that you're talking about in the garden.
Right.
Where this origin, where it's coming from.
Right. So just imagine, you know, at the end of the day, after she done dealt with the serpent, her coming back to Adam, then she pissed off at Adam.
Right.
She mad at Adam. You see what I'm saying? That's what eventually led her into doing what the Most High said not to do. And then seducing him into doing the same damn thing.
Right.
Now, go back to slavery. A lot of the times, what would they do? You know what I'm saying? They would sit there and take a black man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, some of the women would think, you know, that the white man that's taking her would maybe love her or something like that, but instead they will have nasty slave sex with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And throw her back up on that black man. Now she's angry, not really because she got violated and all of that, but she's angry because she can't have that white man the way she wants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She can't have master the way she wants master. Or the overseer, because a lot of times it was the overseers that was doing this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they didn't meet the master like that. You know what I'm saying? If you got they had a big, you know, big plantation or whatever, they had no dealings with the master like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead, they would be dealing with the damn overseer. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those overseers, like the Irish and all of that, who ended up becoming the overseers in the police departments in your neighborhoods.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of the poor whites, they were the ones that was doing all the, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the raping and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But she still couldn't have him the way that she wanted. So she'd come back angry with that damn black man, really because of that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You are getting in the way of me and him coming together. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way a lot of black women, because of their union, their match made in hell, they look at us like that to this day.
Right.
And they look.
Go ahead.
No,
if I could, sir, that's the thing about when you see a lot of these black women out here, not all of them, but a lot of them wearing these weaves with this straight hair, looking like a white woman.
Right.
They are vying for the attention of a white man.
Right.
You know, they won't wear their natural beautiful, you know, curly hair or braids or anything like that. But they're vying for the attention of the white man. You see go ahead.
Right. To elaborate on what you just said, man, that's a heavy point. And you see it all the time on these damn shows. You know, the whores and hip hop, slut buckets of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Do you see the so-called real black women on there? But what they got, blonde hair, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Red hair, all this, just anything that doesn't, they don't even look black on that damn show.
Right.
But they want to act like they black though. They want to act like they down with the cause. But you see them and they look, dress, and act just like the white woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the only time they want to act black is when they catch the attitude.
When they want to fight.
You know what I'm
When they
saying?
fight with each other or with their black man.
Right. When they want to get angry, then they pull out the black in them and all that. When they want to get angry because they, you know, the black in them, to them, in their mind is associated with negativeness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the only time they want to be black. But any other time they want to be a valley girl. Anytime after that.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? That's a byproduct of that match made in hell. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing too. You know, throughout history, like say for instance, after the Civil War and all of that, right?
Right.
You know who the biggest race mixers on the face of the planet was? Anybody have a guess? Anybody have a... It was black women with white men.
Right.
But see, here's the thing though. Nobody ever said anything about interracial. There wasn't even a term for it.
Right.
There wasn't such a thing as interracial dating then.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What you're saying is so true. It wasn't a problem until a black man started getting white women.
Right. And see, here's the thing though. don't fall for the okie doke on this.
Right.
Because a lot of sisters will talk about, brothers getting white women. Brothers get white women. Brothers want white women. And, like they're down with the race. Like they're down for the cause. Most of these sisters that say that are not down with it.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not down with it. What it is, they are angry that anybody would even put on the appearance of loving you.
Right.
Including themselves. They don't want another black woman loving you either.
Right.
She picks you a plate of food and bring it to you. What do they call her? They call her stupid for that.
Right.
She ain't supposed to be no slave. Any good thing, any service that she do, you know what I'm saying? They say that you making her a slave.
Right.
But if you do the things for her,
you're a good man.
You're a good man. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you attack this, right? The white man, once you winning, one of the reasons why when you cutting a black woman at camp and all of that, and a white man, the funny it comes to her aid.
Right.
Because he's defending his racist servant to attack you.
Right.
You getting out on his pit. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if a nigga, like if a white man's walking a pit bull and he's sick as pit bull, or the police sick the, you know what I'm saying, the dog, his dog on you, and you got niggas that can whoop the damn dogs, you know what I'm saying? Now he's gonna step in.
Right.
Because you whooping up his dog.
Right.
That's what happens when you cutting a black woman at camp, and that white man, interjects in and tells you how wrong you are and all of that because you attacking you. Whooping his shit. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on there. You see what I'm saying? That is a byproduct of that match made in hell.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got something to bring out up in the customer?
Yeah, somebody, if I could, like the thing with the goddamn OJ trial and shit. They try to say black women was upset that OJ went to go get a white woman in the first place. Personally, I don't think they even, they don't really care, about OJ and shit. They just wanted, they just said that just because OJ had money and shit. If OJ was like another nigga in the hood, they just been a regular OJ and shit. They try to be like black women didn't like the fact that he was with a white woman in the first place and shit.
Right. And see, you always gotta see, don't always look at the surface of what somebody say. Look at why they saying it.
Right.
Somebody do an action, look at why they're doing it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you got some sister that seem like she a down-ass sister, and she's like, yeah, brothers should be only with sisters. But that woman, in her mind, believes that she can date whatever the hell she wants.
Right.
If she want a white man, she's at liberty to do so the way she feels it. She figure you, on the other hand, should not be at liberty to have two wives. While she'll be having a baby daddy who she's screwing and another man that she's, that's paying her bills and all that.
Right.
If I could, here's the thing too about what a lot of these sisters out here today. They want brothers out here thirsting over women, thirsting over women, coming out, sloppy seconds.
Right.
Thirsty thirds. Filthy fourths. And fucked up fifths. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be thirsting over these women. They got 5 baby daddies. Now come on, that's a nasty whore. Right. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times they got baby with white men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was the saddest thing I've seen in my life. I'm walking down my neighborhood and I see a black man, holding hands with a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With them, a white kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, look at how y'all got brothers twisted up because y'all refuse to date these brothers or something like that. So, his goddamn self-esteem is so low, he feel like he need to get that white trash.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
hell of a point right there.
Right.
Damn, that's a hell of a point. Now think about it. What did they say? Why would a black man, he get a white woman, she all fat and nasty? Well, you know what? His self-esteem was destroyed from the time he was a damn child. And even so when he started as an age where he get him a black woman, she gonna destroy it even more.
Right.
So now he look at the big fat nasty white woman as something great. You know what I'm saying? Because for one thing, black women, they play both sides of the damn fence.
That's right.
They'll sit there and talk about this black woman, and then they'll switch it up to just women in general. You know what I'm saying? They play both sides of the fence. They play the black feminists and the general feminists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They play both sides of the damn field. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit there, that same black woman will talk to a nasty fat white woman about how no good black men are, and they'll get along just fine.
Right.
Right.
She'll turn on you just that damn quick. She ain't in the Isupk, and she ain't learning up under the tutelage of one of these powerful brothers in the school.
That's right.
She'll turn on your ass just in the damn heartbeat in a second. You know what I'm saying? You know, she'll turn on you in a second. Believe that. I don't trust no woman that ain't in the Isupk.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Dead serious. I don't trust no black Hispanic woman that's not in the school. If she ain't in the school, she got that spirit up on her to turncoat on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have strength to stand in anything.
Right.
And her desire is not with you, which is another point that I want to bring out when we go into, as we keep going into scripture. Let's get back to the scriptures though.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise,
Now, it said a tree desired to make one wise. Look at the Eve right here. You know what I'm saying? A tree desired to make one wise.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Also, this is a reason why, you know, brothers, you know, officers, troopers, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be on your woman even though your woman is in the truth, because see, Eve didn't come from the world.
Damn right.
Into sin.
Right.
She came from, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She came from, she was holy.
That's right.
And was still ganged up like this. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason why the serpent went for her.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the serpent's whole objective was his whole objective was really Adam.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's who his objective was. And all of these, you know, white, you know, the interracial stuff with white men and black women and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. His whole objective is to destroy you. It's not even to want her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why, like what you was mentioning, you'll see black women with kids by white men. A lot of times the white men ain't in their lives.
And if I could, how come they don't be bringing out that they ain't paying child support, that they ain't a deadbeat daddy? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the dirtiest deadbeat white man they can be. But they don't get on Facebook. You ever see me post about that? White man's a deadbeat. I ain't never seen it.
Right. You don't see that. You know, and I just put a post, somebody talk about deadbeat, you know what I'm saying? He said something to Captain DeBar lit into his ass. I just put a little something on top of it. It was like the white man is the damn ultimate deadbeat dad.
Right.
As a matter of fact, that's where the whole term sowing your wild oats come from him.
Right.
Sowing his wild oats has caused confusion among everybody else, which he tries to do to every race on the face of the planet.
Right.
A couple of races got hip to it and pushed those children out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Chinese, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They got hip to that, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the Chinese women have children with Russian men. Those children are Russians.
Right.
That's why you see a lot of Russians that look Asian.
Right.
They come from them Chinese moms. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Finish up Khan. And a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband.
Now, always watch any woman that's running around talking about she got knowledge, you know, she's on a quest for knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she don't, but Isupk, I understand what y'all saying and everything, but there's certain things that I don't like, and which is, of course, is going to point to multiple wives. Right. A lot of instances. Don't trust that one, you know what I'm saying? Don't trust that one right there, because it said the tree was to do what?
Salak. It says, to make one wise, desire. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. Read that from the top of that sentence.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat.
Hold on for a second. She had all the knowledge coming from her husband that she would ever need.
Right.
but the serpents offering her some type of alternative knowledge to somehow put him and her over Adam.
Right.
Now, what's the white man want from your woman?
Right.
In their unholy alliance.
The same thing.
Yeah, the same damn thing.
Right.
He wants to stay over you, you know what I'm saying, promising her a position over you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they making the black woman the head of the damn house instead of the black
That's
man.
right. Right.
See what I'm saying? Go ahead, the Constable.
If I could, that's so heavy. That's why black women get taught to hate motherfucking brotherhood.
Right.
Right.
They hate that. You know what I'm saying? They come out and say they hate multiple wives. That's the reason. They really hate brotherhood because they just want to see black men hurt other black men.
Right.
So they asking me on top because they get taught that shit about a fucking serpent.
Right.
Hey, that's real heavy.
And then with them destroying the brotherhood, they keep the white man on top of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's his servant to do that. That's what the whole deal in the Garden of Eden was all about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's to make sure that we don't have power.
Right.
That's what the whole thing is about.
I'm right.
You see what I'm saying?
Kind.
And like I was saying, like with the interracial dating with the white man and the black woman, once the black woman doesn't have control over black men like that anymore, the white man's not going to see the same use for the black woman that he saw.
Right, exactly. Right.
So what is he going to start to do to her?
Right. In the plantation.
Now he's going to start to beat her.
Right.
Just like what the ancient Egyptians did with the taskmasters. When you go to Exodus. Once they lost control of the people, what did they do? What did the Egyptians do? They started to crack down the hammer on the taskmasters.
Yes, they did.
And if I could bring this out, there's a video swirling around on Facebook where there was a black woman that was eating, that went up into an Italian restaurant. I guess she went there and to buy pizza or something, and somebody videotaped her, and that white man smashed her goddamn head into the, you know what I'm saying, to the ground. See, that's their true feelings for a black woman. Right. And that's what she don't understand because he's the most subtle beast of the field. Right. He talks all nice and coy, and he comes in humility and say, oh, he's treating you like crap. I mean, you can't trust those guys. But meanwhile, in his heart, you know, when he gets the opportunity, you know, he's going to show you that he's the goddamn devil. Yes. You know, he grabbed her by her head and smashed her goddamn head into the, you know, and that wouldn't happen is because it's like what you brought out. She was out there gadding abroad in liberty. You know what I'm saying? If a black man was by her side, you think that would have happened?
Right.
It wouldn't happen. And that's all we saying. That's all that you bringing out. It's real heavy because in the Garden of Eden, she got away from Adam. She got away from her protection.
Right.
And she started talking, you know, with this serpent, which is the same spirit that's in the white man today.
Right, exactly. It's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? And see, now think about it. If a black man was there, he'd be like, I don't like that restaurant, you know? And see, a lot of sisters, they want to experience and, you know, want to go where they want to go and experience all the different stuff. Because I had one sister come at me one time talking about, you know, the different types of men, races of men that she done dated. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a sister that claimed to be in the truth. Right. You know what I'm saying? She was certainly not in the ISUPK, but, you know, the people that I knew back, this is the sister I knew back in Louisville, right? And she's talking about how much, you know, how she done messed with African men and, you know, and all of that, right? How she done did all of that. Not even understanding. She's so simple, she don't even understand that she told me she was a whore. You know what I'm saying? She don't understand that. And she was bragging on being a whore at that time. But sitting there comparing them to us, you know, how much better they are than us. And that's what led that black woman into that damn Italian restaurant by her damn self. You see what I'm saying? She want to get a taste of everything. Go ahead.
And the sad part is, man, these women don't even realize that their thoughts ain't even their own. They're being told what to think, just like Eve by the white devil. They're being told what to want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't want that. He told her to want it.
Right. And at the same time, too, the fault falls on her a little when she grabs on to what he's saying and decides to say, you know, screw what her black man say. I'm on side with him. She made a choice. You know what I'm saying?
And if I could, sir, and that's why it's important to come into this truth if you're a brother out there. Because Commanding General Yohana, he has raised up an army of men to teach black men how to live by the laws, statutes, and commandments of God, so that they can teach these black women, you know, to get them in order. So these situations don't even go down like this.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's get back to some scriptures though.
Kana. Verse 7, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves, they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Now, what did we do? You know, when they sewed the fig leaves on themselves and made themselves aprons and all that, they realized they were naked. And what did they do? They clothed themselves with somebody else's culture, just like what we be doing today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All because, you know, and it said, and she gave to her husband, and he did eat. Did we skip over something?
No, we said that.
Huh?
We read that part.
Well,
we didn't read the part where it said that she gave unto her husband.
Yeah, that was the end of 6. We read it.
Oh, okay. Oh, we did? All right. Okay. Let's keep going.
Verse 8, and they heard the voice of the Most High walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Most High among the trees of the garden.
Okay, let's go down into where the Most High cursed all three. What he said. This now understand this. This is something. You know, all the people that claim to be, you know, Israelites and claim to be, you know, get in the word and claim to be, you know, believe in God and everything, right? We're going to see how the Most High judges guilty parties. You know what I'm saying? We'll see whether he just judged Adam, because they'll try and put all, go ahead.
Sorry, to elaborate on what we just read, to me, that part is heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a little kid who know they done messed up, hear their parent walking through the house, and you trying to hide yourself from the mistakes that you made.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that was right there.
Right. And see, what led to that was Adam listening to his woman, his woman was getting the doctrine of some Israelite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They clothed themselves in the purple. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? They clothed themselves. They sold them together gold fringes at the bottom of their teeth. You know what I'm saying? They clothed themselves in fig leaves, dyed purple. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field.
Now, does anybody understand when it says that he was cursed above all cattle? It didn't say he was cursed beneath all cattle, right? It said he was cursed above all cattle. Can anybody give me the understanding of that?
It's like, ask one more time.
Okay, it's read the scripture again.
Come. Verse 14. And the Most High said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field.
Okay, go ahead.
So lucky I take a try off. It means like no matter what I got cursed for them, yours is still gonna be the worst. Like they gonna get this and this done to them, but you're gonna get this, and that done to you.
Okay, you kind of own to it in a sense. You kind of own to it. You know what I'm saying? But when it says that he will be cursed above, means the serpent's people will be above all the nations, right? As they are right now, right?
Right.
But when it says he will be cursed above all people, not blessed above all people, but cursed above all people, means he will be at the top first, and then he will come all the way to hell down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's brought down and down, and it said that he was cursed of all beasts of the field. The white man is going to be cursed of all nations of the earth. They're still going to have a kingdom and a governmental body and a structure and all that. After, you know what I'm saying, Christ come and destroy everything, you know what I'm saying, they're still going to have, you know, China's still going to be in existence.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? they're going to be brought small, and all their power is going to be broken, but they're still going to have a governmental structure inside of that and all that, which will be also something we'll go over in a future class. But they will be brought all the way down, you know what I'm saying? But it said, the serpent will be cursed above all cattle, and the beast of the field means he will not have no governmental structure, and his meat will be the dust of the ground.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? His meat will be, the white man will be eating like, you know, eating bugs, you know, turning over rocks, getting the little snails and stuff out of that. You see what I'm saying?
Go back to eating that juniper root for their meat.
Right.
You know
juniper root for their meat. You know what I'm saying? To try and, you know, get the ailments off their ass. You know what I'm saying? God. You know, it said that they braid, you know, through the bushes they braid, seeing what they can eat and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What they can, you know what I'm saying? What little bug. That's why they, you know, in France, they be running around eating damn snails and all of that. Even when they up in a high position, the rich people, they call it that escargot. Yeah. And they eating snails, which really just goes back because they try and cut up black people and say, well, slavery's over. Why black people still eating chitlins? Well, you know, the Caucasus Mountain, the caveman era is over. Why the hell you still eating snails?
That's right.
And you doing this when black people still eating chitlins in poverty, poor. You know what I'm saying? Chitlins is $3-something a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Escargot, a plate of that is going to be
shit.
Yeah, you want to judge and they just see how people are. Don't look at only what they do when they poor and they scrounging and shit.
Right.
Look at what they do when they on top.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the white man on top, he still eats steak with the blood and his plate full of goddamn blood. Right. Go ahead.
Somebody online asking, what can we do for the black woman?
Okay, what we can do for the black woman? Okay, is it a male or female that's asking this?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. Okay, what we can do for the black woman is actually we can instruct her. The black woman had the first line of protection comes from instruction.
That's right.
She has to do what her man says. She has to do what her one thing. Wait a minute, hold on. Before that. She gotta get in the Isupk.
That's right.
She or he or whatever gotta get inside the Isupk. Then they learn to obey the governmental body that's in the Isupk.
Right.
If there's a female on there, it's gonna learn. That's gonna teach her how to be a better wife.
Right.
And as the scripture says, the wife is sanctified by the husband is sanctified by the wife. The unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. She can win him over that way.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? And if that's a man, the first damn thing he got to do is take charge of his house, instruct his wife, hold her to the instructions that he give her after he get inside the school in the UPK, the classes and everything, right? Okay, he's supposed to instruct his wife, you know what I'm saying, and get counsel himself on how to be able to effectively do this.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we out there in the world, a lot of brothers is raised by single parents, single women and all that, right? So our whole concept of manhood comes from her. Which makes no damn sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because she can't teach you how to be a man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? She can teach you how to be a twisted version of a man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? After she drove your daddy off.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She can teach you how to be that. You know what I'm saying? So what they got to do, first damn thing they got to do, keep it simple, they got to get into school, get in these classes, call the Isupk for counsel. You know what I'm saying? You want to start there.
That's right. Hey, that was real heavy. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go back into the scriptures.
Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
That's what it meant for him to be cursed above all cattle, because if he's cursed above all cattle, when the judgment comes, he's going to be brought beneath all cattle. That's why it says that he will do what on his belly?
Upon thy belly shalt thou go.
Upon his belly he will go, and no other creature goes up on their belly other than a serpent, which the white man will be brought down to his damn belly.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He will be at the bottom, just like he was during the time of King David and them and King Solomon, but worse. Way worse this time. You see what I'm saying?
And the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Like I was saying before, flipping over the stones, seeing with centipedes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing the little snails and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Picking this, picking that, and they will have no land, you know, because the judgment behind taking everybody else's land unrightfully, what will be the judgment concerning that? That you will have no land yourself. You see what I'm saying? Right.
A vagabond.
A vagabond in the earth, just like Cain. You know what I'm saying? They pre-flood daddy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Go ahead.
And between thy seed and her seed.
There will be a fight between her seed. That's why the abortion clinics, you know what I'm saying? Go read that part again.
And I will put enmity between thy and the woman. Salaki. Between thee and the woman. And between thy seed and her seed.
Say between thy seed and her seed. Who is that? Who would it say? Thy seed, the serpent seed? Who is it talking about? Who is it talking about? Come on, this is an easy one. This should be an easy one, y'all. Who is the serpent seed today?
The Edomites.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So he said, "But enmity between her seed and thy seed, you know, and her seed will be." The nation, no, her seed will be the nation of Israel.
Right.
That's why the abortion rate is in the millions. There's 500,000 a year with just the tribe of Judah alone.
Right.
So you can imagine, you put all 12 tribes together, what that death toll will be per year in abortion. Because they go back and they see the scripture when it'll be enmity between her seed and thy seed. So what would they do? They would take our seed out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why they encourage black people not to have big families.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why they encourage that. Go ahead.
Right. Not only is it the abortion clinics, but right after a woman gives birth in the hospital, there's about 6-7 doctors to come in there telling her to get her tubes tied.
Yes. Good damn point that you just brought out. Yes, clap that up. Yeah. That's a hell of a point right there. And you know what else they do? Check this out. Like, say for instance, a woman goes to the doctor, right? The doctor when she's pregnant or all of that, and she say she's dealing with some heathen, you know, East Indian or Hamite or whatever. That's like her, the labor maid or whatever the hell the case is, a nurse, whatever she is, a doctor, right? And if they ask her if she wants to get something to where she can't have any more children, right? And she refuses, you know what trick they'll do? They'll go leave that room and they'll bring in some renowned, handsome white man. To convince her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what they'll bring Brad Pitt in to try and convince her.
Some big dreamy moment.
Right. They do that. They just a trick that they do. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand that the black woman that ain't in the ISUBK, they understand that her real desire is for the white man. That's why they'll bring him in, you know what I'm saying, at that moment. You see what I'm saying? They'll bring his young, you know what I'm saying, one of these young doctors or whatever the hell he is, and bring him right into the damn room to talk her into doing what the Hamite woman couldn't talk her into. You see what I'm saying? They do that because they know, like I was saying before, you don't know your woman, they know her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know, they know who she really is, what she's really about. They know. And they know what keys to hit on the piano whenever they want. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the situation calls for it.
And if I could, here's the thing about women. In my opinion, in the scriptures, there's probably scriptures to can back this up. She's like, think of a video game console, right? You know what I'm saying? The video game console is gonna play the programming that you put in it. You see what I'm saying? Whether that be a good game or a bad game. You know what I'm saying? So right now, she's playing the white man's game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But what she's supposed to be doing is being programmed by, these laws, statutes, and commandments that she's supposed to get from a black man or a Hispanic man or a Native Indian man. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now. And right now, she got a bad game in her system.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's why she has to be retrained.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? What do they call it when you can take like a game or something and like strip it and make it something else?
Yo.
It's some, hell, I don't know. It's some type of, yeah, it's something like that. Reboot, whatever the damn case is. I don't know, like the term. Yeah. Right, rebooting or whatever the hell they call that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm old school Nintendo, used to blow the little cockers up, you know what I'm saying? Blow it up, put it back in there, stab it down, and then it be working right.
Right, or, what you got, or like say, let's take it back old school and bring out the cassette tape. If you got how do you do it, how do you get rid of what's on a cassette tape? You know what I'm saying? Take that concept, you record over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to record over your woman's mind.
That's right.
And it's not always going to look pretty either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to have to be, you know what I'm saying, super firm when it comes to doing it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he got a program one way. Hell, if you got a damn, I remember a movie back in the day called White Dog.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Way back in the day. It was called White Dog. And this white dog would only attack black people.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the movie was called White Dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what they did to break the dog, they had a black man break the dog.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And retrain the dog, you know what I'm saying, to not, you know what I'm saying, only attack black people because the dog belonged to some racist white person. They had an expert black trainer, you know what I'm saying, and one of the final tests that he did with the dog was, he pulled, his shirt up, you know what I'm saying, showing his stomach to see if the dog would attack, you know what I'm saying, and the dog never attacked or anything like that, so he broke the dog. But what actually happened was, see, this was a successful point in the movie. The dog was broken to the point to where it came up against white people, just like it formerly came up against black people.
Damn, that's right.
You see what I'm saying? Anything that's up under your subjection, anything that's up under you, you got to train it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that's up under you, you have to train it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have to. Your children, your wife, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna be your help me. How the hell she gonna be your help me and your enemies help me too?
Right.
That don't work that damn way. You know what I'm saying? How the hell she can't love everybody? You know what I'm saying? Just like America doesn't believe in loving everybody. Somebody in the military, you know what I'm saying? A Christian in the military will blow a goddamn Arab's head clean the hell off.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If he loved everybody, why the hell would he do? Why the hell is he doing that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get some more scriptures though. What do we get a time check also too?
Time check 5:53, sir.
5:53. Time is getting away from us. Let's run through these.
If I can break this out, I want to break out in Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 19.
Go ahead.
If I can break that out.
Go ahead.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Now, who read that? That was King Solomon. The wisest man, you know what I'm saying, other than Christ that ever walked on the face of the planet. So if he said this, what should we do? What should we say? You see what I'm saying? And when it says all the way, you always have to be mindful of that potential. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got a woman that's doing, right and everything, you always have to be mindful of the potential.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You always do, because the white man, you know what I'm saying, is still in her head because of that match made in hell that was made with her great-great-great-grandmamas and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Right. Some of that stuff's going to come to surface every now and then. What you got to do, you got to check the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be obedient to that wide scripture that you get right, that you got right here. Go ahead and get some more of that.
Drop down to
we're gonna run a little over on the class today, just a little bit.
And then this goes back to what you were saying, what you was bringing out in Genesis. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 verse 24. of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
What did it say? Through the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Right.
This is twofold, because we come through her and we're born.
Right.
And you're born and you eventually die.
Right.
Because of what was, committed in the Garden of Eden, you know what I'm saying? But also, too, you got a woman that's unruly as hell, a woman that's, you know what I'm saying, she could be the death of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A woman that won't listen to what the hell you gotta say. She gets into it with some brother, you know what I'm saying? And then the next thing you know, they argued and all that. You trying to tell her to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? When she not accustomed to listening to you, you know what I'm saying? Or say for instance, she gets into it with this dude, right? And you ain't even there. Next thing you know, where your man at? Where your man at? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He wanna take it out on you. Behind your unruly woman who you could not instruct before. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And if I could, sir. And here's the thing about a lot of these black women, especially on their jobs. The white man giving them a goddamn instruction, they follow it to a goddamn T.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, Lucretia, you need to do this and do this. It's in the employee manual, and she'll do it. You get home, Salaki, you know what I'm saying? You get home from your job, and she get home or whatever, you got some instructions for her to do too.
Right.
She give you a goddamn hard time. I don't feel like cooking. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my feet all day. Why don't you cook? You know what I'm saying? Hey. You know what I'm saying? I don't go off the rails.
You know what I'm saying? You're right. That's what a lot of this, because she has more reverence for him. Go ahead.
Salaki, what you said, that scripture is so true. Because before it was in the truth, like, whenever I would get into it with a female, I'm not going to put my hands on her, but I'm beating up your boyfriend, your daddy, your brother. Whoever's defending your name is who I want to see. Whoever's defending your honor is who I want to see.
Right.
Because if your mouth is like this, I know they got to be bitch made.
Right.
Next thing you know, you and that man in a shootout.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You and that man, her man is in this damn shootout or whatever the damn case, bullets is whizzing, and they go back to the scripture and through her what?
Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
And through her we all die.
Right.
We have to always be mindful of these things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Nakasha.
It's like, if I could, it's like, then her goddamn club, she got shot the hell up, and
Damn.
motherfuckers died.
Right.
Motherfucking, and they going to love doctors and shit. Why the fuck the love doctors can't tell you what we tell you?
Right.
They paying the hell of money to come pay the Isupk.
That's
goddamn,
right.
we doing it
Right.
for free. Give us a donation.
Right. And another example of this too, like say for instance, if be two brothers, you know what I'm saying, they having a beef or whatever, and they could be almost to the point of resolving they beef.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, here come this, you know what I'm saying, this lesbian, this carpet muncher. Nigga, you got it. She just starts, next thing you know, you and this dude is actually into it again, and y'all ready to kill each other.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The one kills the other. It was an incident, you know what I'm saying, that in Louisville, that happened in Louisville. Remember the kid the young kid got shot on the TARC bus?
Oh, yeah.
That was one of my nephew's buddies. You know what I'm saying? He's on the bus, in the back of the bus, you know what I'm saying? And it was this mixed brother, you know what I'm saying, and they had a white, his brother, his biological brother was a white dude. Right. And they pulled up in a white car and cut off the bus and everything, right? All right. Now, when this big sister all up in his face, you know what I'm saying? When those two dudes get on the bus, right? She knew them and everything. And she all up in dude's face, instigating and getting it, you know, riled up and everything. And they end up killing the dude, you know, in the back of the bus. Right. You know what I'm saying? All this is on the bus cameras and all that. Them leaving and then hopping up, getting in the car, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But, you know, her mouth, you know what I'm saying? First thing you see is her, you know, her life hits. Right. The first damn thing you see. Go ahead.
One more thing to touch on that. And a perfect example of that mouth And what it leads to, them goddamn shows that they be showing with the black woman. She got that goddamn blonde hair and they're trying to be like the white woman. And you see that mouth on there and they arguing and fussing and fighting. And next thing you know, a big old altercation breaks out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just imagine if they didn't have devils in there to intervene and break it up. Right. Because you know, with our black women, they watching that and that's entertainment to them. And they trying to live that shit. But in real life, a motherfucker gonna die in that situation.
Right. Sure the hell will. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Let's go some more scriptures.
I want to break this out. We was talking about that girl in that Italian restaurant, and I think this scripture fits her perfectly. Ecclesiastes 25:25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
You hear this? Say, give the water no passage, right? And a wicked woman, what?
No liberty to gad abroad.
Now, I know some of us think, well, you know, she's not that bad, though. You know, my wife, she's not bad. She's a good wife. She's a good woman. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I could give her liberty to grab abroad. You know what I'm saying? You know, my daughter, whatever the hell the case is, I could give them liberty to get abroad. But see, we're not really, a lot of the times we really don't try that situation and we don't understand the nature, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go if you go into Proverbs 31, that woman, her mind is already well instructed and trained in what to do, what good things to do to profit her house, right?
That's right.
The woman that goes out today is not about profiting her house. She's about getting into some other house with another damn man a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? Or seeking something just for her personal self to make her feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, turn up Tina. You know what I'm saying? In the club, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she in the club, turning up every damn Saturday and shit, you know what I'm saying? She ain't worried about, you know what I'm saying, what a man think.
I've seen this situation with this young girl, right? This little petite little girl. She messed around with this dude, right? And I don't know what the dude was cutting it off with her, whatever the hell the case was, but she goes up to the house and she wasn't ready for what came out of the house. You know what I'm saying? What came out of the house is this damn girl, you know what I'm saying? And the girl was like, you know what I'm saying, like this. You know what I'm saying? And she was, you know, big, girl about 200 pounds. Right. You know what I'm saying? Straight up rough. You know what I'm saying? She like, no. She like, you know, what's up? She like, don't run now, because the old girl start backing up. She like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And old girl grabs, she like, oh, don't run. She grabbed a hold of her, right? And they start scrapping. But old girl, of course, pieced her up and then slung her, threw her all over the place. She ended up stomping her, kicking her, knocking her out and everything, right? And then was popping her after she knocked her out. Now, if she had instructions to not go, you know what I'm saying, for one damn thing, she shouldn't be, just sleeping around with niggas. She should have a husband.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you couldn't tell her nothing, and she went and got her damn issue and damn got the brakes beat off her ass by this woman that come out looking like Great Bait. You know what I'm saying? And this damn silverback come out and beat the damn fire out of her. Go ahead.
One more thing on this, what we know, and this is the main thing. This lets you know that the UPK is the truth, and them Christian churches is demonized, sanctioned by the white devil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The synagogue of Satan. Because the main thing that you hear a Christian woman tell her man is, you can't tell me what to do.
Right. That sure is. Right.
When the scriptures clearly says that I am supposed to tell you what to do.
Right.
You are supposed to listen to me.
Right.
And I can break this out. This is John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
To break that down a bit, now think about it for a second. Everybody thinks that a white man adopting black children is so great, don't they? Y'all know that?
God.
Now, what is the mindset behind that, right? You know what mindset that comes from? Go ahead.
In my opinion, what I think they be trying to do is preserve their own lineage.
No, I'm talking about adoption.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too.
The white man when they adopt a black
kids.
Right.
Yeah, they're putting on like a show, trying to show, you know what I'm saying, how good they are and they care about black kids. Like my thing is this: it's some type of demonic meaning behind it, because why ain't you adopting little white kids? You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, because they'll adopt white kids also. But the point that I was making is the reason why everybody looks at it as such a great thing, and a lot of black people too, because black people inherently want a white daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that was displayed in shows like Different Strokes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody looked at Different Strokes, and you being a little kid looking at Different Strokes and everything. What does that tell you? What does that put into your mind?
I don't.
Different Strokes?
Yeah, that's a little bit out of my age. Right?
Damn, Different Strokes, you know, with Arnold and Willis. Oh, my goodness. I'm not quite sure that still comes on, but yeah, okay. Different Strokes. Damn, I can't believe I have to explain Different Strokes. Different Strokes was a show, you know, where you had this rich white man.
Right.
And he adopted the 2 black boys. And he had a daughter.
Was that with Gary Coleman?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That show, Different Strokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that put in the mind of all black children, you know what I'm saying?
A rich white daddy is the daddy to have.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of that mindset come behind, that, you know, white daddy syndrome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that white daddy, you had a white daddy there because your black daddy not there at the house with you and shit. You watching, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, if I could, I was gonna go back to why you saying like what the reason why they adopt little black children, because they can inject all their philosophies,
right?
You know what I'm saying, about life, and also project self-hatred. You see what I'm saying? Because then you see all these people that want to be Donald Trump supporters. You know what I'm saying? And become Republicans all of a sudden. You know, black, you know, the black youth are Republicans, and they defending Donald Trump. When Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, don't give a damn about you.
Right. So at the same time, it's also to get us to vote, period, though. Trust in their system regardless of whether you vote Democrat or Republican. Trust in the white man is the whole objective. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm sorry to drag it on so long, but like when I be seeing them adopt the little black kids and stuff, I be thinking in my mind, because you know the white man's bloodline is shitball, and you know you see what it takes for them to reproduce. They got to take 1,000 fertility drugs and this and that and blase school.
Yeah, but
and they usually can't even, you know what I'm saying, don't have anybody to carry on their legacy. So I be thinking they be trying to interbreed their DNA with the little black kids and come up with little hybrids and shit.
Okay.
You know
Here's the thing. Those black kids will never have their legacy.
Right.
Those black kids will not be an inheritor of what it is that they have. You know, Mr. Drummond's, whatever he owned, didn't go to Arnold and Willis.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, so that they don't do it for that purpose. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they don't. Their own seed, if they have it with a black woman, is not going to be the inheritor of what they have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what they'll do is they'll get with they have to produce their stuff through a white woman, right, or at least a non-black or Hispanic woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In order for them to be an inheritor, because the laws even have it set that way. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to preserve their seed through Arnold and Willis. That shit ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're not gonna preserve their bloodline through that. You know, what they, you know what I'm saying, what they did the only time, and then when they have a seed that's their own, when they get with a black woman or whatever, that seed is only to make confusion among you.
Right.
You know, it's cast among you as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Just like the DeBarges. You know what I'm saying? You know, Chico DeBarge and all of them. You know, we look at them all as black. Those are white men. White people. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that feminizing of niggas, you know, that stuff was, I remember it from when I was a little kid, when the DeBarge era and all of that. And all the women loved Chico DeBarge and El DeBarge and all of them. All the black women loved it. White women didn't even know who the hell they even were. Right. White people didn't even know who the hell the DeBarges were. But black people knew, and all the black women they were so dreamy. So now the DeBarters could get with many black women, just like Bob Marley, and cast a seed out and produce many children that would look like us, but would be them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they would, you know what I'm saying? They would pretty much lead us back to worshiping the white man, keep us worshiping the white man,
right?
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's a powerful point I wanted to bring out, because you gotta think the black woman's mind is constantly being worked on in this society. You know what I'm saying? Psychologically, with the media. Okay, you gotta think like this: who are all the heroes to look up to? Damn, you know what I'm saying? Superman white, Batman white, Santa Claus white. They want Jesus to be white. Your underwear white. You know what I'm saying? Everything goddamn white. You know what I'm saying? She's been programmed to believe that damn, all the men that are of valor are white. And then what do they show on the media, like in movies and stuff? They show a black man, but what is he?
The villain.
Villain.
Yeah, going to prison.
Yeah, he's a damn villain or something. You know, he's OJ. You know what I'm saying? Or he's you know what I'm saying, his pants are sagging or something like that. He's a deadbeat that can't pay his child support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing is what they don't understand is when they fall for, you know, just like we was bringing out in the garden, that same spirit, that same subtle, you know, cunning lie that the white man tells these women, you know what I'm saying, in the colleges, in school, or what have you, on their corporate job. You know what I'm saying? They getting these, you know, you see them, you know, they in these cars, you know, they think they rolling good, but when they go home, they lonely as hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a black man, you know what I'm saying? They sleeping with a goddamn pillow between their legs, you know what I'm saying? Squeeze that motherfucker, want a righteous man, you know what I'm saying, to be in their bed. Right. You know, but see, but you're not going to get, the Most High's not going to give you that righteous man because you ain't going to get in line. You don't get your goddamn self in line and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's you want a righteous man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, and that just got to go back to what you were saying, you know, the men in the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, we are here to help. You know, we here to help our sisters. So don't think we're trying to bash our sisters. We're trying to expose, you know, what the problem is so we can rectify the problem. The problem is you listening to that goddamn white man. And you got to understand, just because he talks all sweet and, you know, nice to you, he hates your goddamn guts.
Right.
And it's coming out. Shoot, the police are starting to shoot sisters out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but first they had a little thing like, black man just getting killed. Y'all endangered species. Now they turn y'all asses up. You know what I'm saying? Now they like, we get along.
Right.
You know, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Coming out with some damn tights, some damn goddamn yoga pants on. Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Let's get some more scriptures.
And then if any of your brothers want to chime in, y'all go ahead and chime in on that. You want to bring out Lamentations, I believe, chapter 4 and 3. About just about the with the monster that's been created by this damn beast.
Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4 verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast.
Now a sea monster is known for, you know, its cruelty, because in the sea, you know, they don't do like animals on the land. They don't, you know, animals on the land raise the young and stuff like that. The sea monsters or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like say, for instance, a shark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A shark, when they, you know, it'd be a bunch of sharks in the mother shark's belly. One shark, the most developed shark, will go and kill the other ones. Right? And then he'll be born, but he'll spend a little time with that mother shark, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then after that, he got to go on his own, you know what I'm saying? You know, when he grows to be this big, he got to go out, you know, on his own or whatever, right? Which is cruel. It's cruel, right? But it says here, even what?
Even sea monsters draw out of the breast.
Even the sea monsters, all the sea monsters of the sea draw out the breast and give suck to their young. They take care of their own young, right?
Right.
And they love them, have affection for them and all that, right? Go ahead.
They give suck to their young ones.
suck to their young ones. They will, you know what I'm saying? They will take care and give the young ones the milk or whatever they need until they can go swim off on their own. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Cruel like the ostrich in the wilderness. Go ahead.
Oh, slug. The tongue of the sucking child cleave to the roof of his mouth.
Well, go ahead.
For thirst, the young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them.
Now, poverty, this poverty that we up under, you know what I'm saying? Our women have become cruel, and they're listening to the damn white man. Because what the white man say? He say if you have that child, then you can't get, you know what I'm saying, this, you know, you can't get this and you can't get that. You're right. You can't finish school. You ain't gonna be able to finish school.
Right.
You can't keep this career and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But if she have the child, then they say, well, okay, so she done had the child, so you can get this, you can get, but it's funny because you can get Section 8. If you got the child, right? Long, but you can't have the black man in the home.
Right.
Without the black man in the home, right?
Right.
Go ahead, say what you was gonna say.
What I want to say, like you hit it spot on. Like everything that the white devil does to help the black woman is excluding the black male. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's willing to give her all the help in the world, but you gotta be willing to sacrifice your black male.
Right. Because you kick the black man out the home, hell, the kids, you know what I'm saying?
No father,
right.
No safety.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Or no instruction. Yes. Right. No instruction in life. Because that's really the father's job.
Right.
Father's job is not to go out and be the servant to the family. That's not your father's job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't supposed to come home every day, you know what I'm saying, like this. I'm a provider.
Please.
I'm a provider, see? He's like, that's not the job of the father.
Right.
The job of the father instructs
the
children, you know what I'm saying? He lays out their way and their path.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Salaki, if I would, even the beast of the field know this. Even the lion knows this. Even the wolves know this. Only we don't know it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
You don't see the male lion trying to please the female lion. Trying to impress her, you see him lounging around with the rugrats, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
While they out hunting, bringing home the bacon.
Right. She's up under his authority.
Right.
Under the authority of that male line. Go ahead.
And if I could, like, you know, where I live, I used to have neighbors that lived right across from me. It was a Ethiopian couple. You know what I'm saying? And that Ethiopian woman, she hardly ever, you know, come out the house. And if she did, she came out dressed modest. You know, whatever that man told her to do, her husband, she did it. Now, how come, you know what I'm saying, the daughters of Zion, you know, we got the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Right.
How come she can't get in order?
Right.
It ain't no excuse. You know, the reason is because she want to gather broad and liberty because the white man told her, you know, and said, you know, you can go out here and have sex with anybody you want. And if you get pregnant, you can have an abortion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can be a lesbian.
Right.
You know?
What us brothers have to do, also too, we have to set a standard in our rise to power.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? You know, the black woman, when she get with her daddy, the white man, right? The one that she's in a match made in hell with, right?
That's right.
She understands that white men and all of them have a standard.
Right.
You know, they even got black women that's done written books and stuff on how to, when they date white men.
Right.
And you know the first thing they tell them in that book?
Shut up.
There you go. They tell them to take that black woman attitude and throw it in the trash.
Right.
But that's funny because they ain't got a goddamn book on how to date their own men.
Right.
Right? But they look at the white man as so important that they will write books on how to date him. But we are so unimportant to them. They like, and then we don't, but here's the thing, we don't demand it. We don't demand the respect, though. That's the problem. Because we're taught not to by the Christian church. Go ahead.
And what you're saying is such a heavy point, because you see it all the time on Facebook, and it's always the hood rest that's posting it. He gotta have this, he gotta have that.
Right.
He can't have this, he can't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing, though. And then you see these jakes that's still in the world, they don't care about nothing but a big booty. You know what I'm saying? She can sleep with over 100 men, have 20,000 forms of cooties, and he don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you don't never see a black man on there like, she gotta have this, she gotta have that, she gotta have this. Like you said, we gotta set the standard. Of course we do it in the UPK, but I'm talking about them jakes in the world.
Right, that's right. Yeah, jakes in the world don't set a standard at all. That's why he gets the woman, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That don't, you know what I'm saying, that don't respect anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny because I was listening to this woman that was a dating coach. And that's one of the things that she said also, you know, about a man having a standard and accepting the respect and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Said that the man that don't do that, he'll have the woman that just throws up on the floor and just, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're like that be like the dog.
Damn.
Just like a dog. Shit on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Unless you literally take a shit on the floor, but you got, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of women we end up with. And then they sit there and talk about things like, well, black men get the worst of another race of white women. You know what I'm saying? Not that we should be dating no white women at all, but we get the worst of all goddamn women.
That's right.
Because of that whole standard issue and our self-esteem and all of that being brought, you know, to rubble. That's why the black man is so important inside the home, to uplift the esteem of the black child, the black man, you know what I'm saying? That his black male child and everything, so that man has a standard and he knows not to just throw his seed up in any damn thing.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Let's get back to the scriptures, though.
Let me see. I want to bring out something if we could. Oh, snap. Yeah, I think we're going into Job. We want to go back into Job.
Yeah, let's go into Job.
Job, chapter 39, verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers.
No, well, we were in limitations. First.
I thought.
Well, let's take it from the top of the Job thing, because we ain't got much time anyway. We just got to hop into this.
13, chapter 13.
The chapter 13. It started at 13.
Job, chapter 39, verse 13. Gravest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth.
So, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, right? Go ahead.
And warmeth them in the dust.
And warmeth them in the dust means, now, how does this go into today? How does this symbolize also the black woman too? Now, think about this for a second. How does an ostrich walk around?
Shit. Like neck, like
right.
Shit.
You know, remember when it said the women, the daughters of Zion walk with stretched forth necks and warmth and eyes and all that, right?
Right.
The ostrich has that big long neck and it has long eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, all the sisters put the fake eyelashes on. You know, and also the ostrich, you got them little sprouts of hair, but it's majority bald headed, right? You know what I'm saying? And got the long, you know, long legs with the big old ass. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, not slamming sisters and everything, but the Lord mentions animals for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He does this for a reason.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead and give me some more of that go ahead, take it from the top.
Gravest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth and warmeth them in the dust.
And what else does she do too when she want to go out? What?
I was just about to get to that. She at the club, and who knows where the kids are?
Right. Dead on. He's dead on it. Yeah. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Warming her eggs in the dust. Go ahead.
And forgetteth that the foot may crush them.
And forget that the foot of anything may crush them. Right. Wild beasts can come through and crush the ostrich eggs. And then you have animals, beasts of the field that hunt the eggs of ostriches, because ostrich eggs that goddamn big. You know what I'm saying? They get a fox come through, crack that shell, you get a full meal belly off one egg.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what do? They leave their children with whoever the hell, while they go do whatever, now the children get molested.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And that's a real heavy part. You know, not to slight anybody, but that situation that we brought out about those kids getting hit, when it came out about the parents, they was out of town. They was going out of town, and they just left their kids with any damn body, and their kids was in the park and got hit in a truck by a goddamn devil.
Damn.
Right. Sure the hell did. I mean, see that? Knowing that the foot may what?
So like, and forget that the foot may crush them.
Forgetting that the foot may crush them, may destroy the eggs, destroy the children.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? That's what happened in that situation that you just mentioned with the children at the park. Go ahead.
And that just goes to show you how much our world has changed, how much black culture has changed. Because in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you wouldn't catch a woman without her kids going anywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always knew where their kids was because we knew who the fuck the enemy was.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? We already knew that the white man was the goddamn devil. How did we go from knowing that the white man was the devil to thinking he's our friend?
Right. Exactly. And also, too, it mentioned knowing that the foot may crush them because our ostriches have, the long, powerful legs and powerful feet and everything.
Right.
Read that foot may crush them part one more time.
Verse 15. And forget it that the foot may crush them.
Forget that the foot may crush them because really she don't give a damn if her own foot destroys her children. You see what I'm saying? That's why she forgot, because it was something that's not important to her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is the reason why the abortion rate is so damn high.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She doesn't give it down. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
And you don't even see two damn ostrich. I don't think I ever see two, a male and female ostrich together as a couple.
Right.
Ostrich is a single parent. Go ahead.
Who allows her to get abortions? The white man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why this is a match made in hell.
Right.
She keeps listening to what the white man say and not what the men of the Isupk say.
Right.
You need to start listening to what the men of the Isupk tell you. We going by the scriptures. We care about you. We love black women.
Right.
In this class, I know a lot of black women are watching this, and they some black women might feel like, man, y'all bashing black women. No, we saying this because we love black women.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
And at the same time too, they never accused themselves of, they never accused themselves of hating black men when they say something critical about what we should do and how we should get it together and all that. Nobody comes and say you're hating black men.
Right.
But we give correction, it's called hate.
Right.
So if we give correction and it's called hate, then with them saying what they say to us, what is that called?
Right.
How the hell can that be love? It's got to be the same thing, right? You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Go ahead, Nakashi.
I was just gonna say, you say the part of the ostrich you never see two ostriches together and shit.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Single parent.
Ostrich, single parent. And you don't even see the ostrich running with the little ostrich, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, ostrich by their goddamn self. Got an egg somewhere over here and shit, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Azam.
To elaborate on what you was just saying, especially about these abortions, to show you how evil and how wicked the abortion is and how corrupt the mind is. Like when you in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, and you out clubbing every night and you get pregnant by some dude that you met that same night, you go get the abortion. But let that black man or that Hispanic man have money. She ain't trying to get no abortion. She's trying to have more than one child, because in her mind it ain't even about raising the seed, it's about the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She gets the abortion because she can't take care of the baby. So in her mind, or supposedly, you get what I'm saying? And then when the nigga's rich, she wants to have the baby because the baby's gonna be well taken care of. It's just all around evil, all across the board.
Right. And,
it's like, if I could just put the input in real quick, that's true how our people think and shit, but people never came out of poverty from motherfucking trying to selectively have kids and shit. They came out of poverty by having a lot of kids and shit.
Right. And them children being taught right, those are weapons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are weapons, because it's a scripture, a precept with that, when it says, he who teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. It's an apocrypha in Ecclesiastes.
Come.
He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. You making a weapon against the enemy.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Look at the UPK.
Right.
That's right.
And that was the dream of a lot of people, is to have many sons, stuff like that.
Right.
Anybody that's about something, that has any type of self-esteem, says things like, I would love to have many sons. You know what I'm saying? We say it on the other hand, and everybody's looking at us funny.
Right.
We won't say that. We say we don't want no. As a matter of fact, we all these, sisters that claim to love kids so much.
Right.
They talk about, I love my kids, but then they run across a woman that say she ain't got none. They say, that's good.
Right. Right.
Wait a minute, that's good? You know what I'm saying? In another culture, 30-year-old woman, and you ain't married, and ain't got no kids. They're like, well,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, damn, you agree, you a basket case. You something that everybody mourns over. When she come among the other women, they all, you okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like that. She's something to be looked at in a sorrowful fashion. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like once more to get on this, man. Like even back in the day, kids, when you found out that your rib was pregnant, or when a woman found out she was pregnant, how did it go from being a blessing from God to a curse from the Most High that you got to get an abortion?
Right.
Because the white man put that in their goddamn head.
Right.
How did it go from being a blessing from the Most High to you supposed to have this baby because God gave you that baby, to the white man telling you pro-choice?
Right.
Get rid of that baby if you want to.
Right. You just killed your blessing. They want to kill their blessing and everything. Go ahead.
And another thing about that is the Christian church. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because, see, the Christian church say you got to go to school and get your education. You know what I'm saying? God wants you, you know what I'm saying, to do great mighty things. You can be a prophetess and all this stuff like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They pop up, and they working, you know what I'm saying, the white man's working through the Christian church to get into the black woman's head. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to get sisters out that Christian church and into the ISUPK.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can teach you properly. You think, them, you know what I'm saying, them niggas just trying to control you. You know what I'm saying? We trying to instruct you. You know what I'm saying? The white man in the Christian church is trying to control you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To do wicked on the earth. And anger the Most High.
Everything that's created is created to be controlled.
Right.
I don't give a damn what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's created to be controlled. Go ahead.
To elaborate on that, like that's how I am. I ain't gonna lie to my woman. My job is to control you, just like the Most High controls me.
Right.
That's the pecking order.
Yeah, that's how it works. Everything is. That's why the Most High said He gave us dominion. When you go back to Adam, He gave Adam dominion over everything. Means what? The ability to do what? To control everything. Right. You see what I'm saying? The king has control because he sends out orders, you know what I'm saying? And the orders get followed.
Right.
You can't get away from control if you're alive. You can't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can't get away from that. Everything gets controlled. It's just who's going to be the one controlling you.
Right.
That's the question. Either it's going to be the Most High or it's going to be who most people pick, the white man.
Right.
Right. If I could, this shit so true. Everything, you know what I'm saying, everybody putting their input in. This is real true because, you know what I'm saying, my family in the world, it's then they made up straight women. Like I barely got motherfucking uncles and shit in my fucking family and shit. It's just straight fat ass black women that's in the Christian church all the fucking time and shit. They got fucking horrible, fucking nasty, you know what I'm saying, attitudes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just always talking about why they can't never find a good man and shit. The problem is them and that motherfucking Christianity.
Right. Yeah, here's the thing too. Right. For one thing, they ain't supposed to be them finding a good man. Right. They trying to hunt a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're supposed to, instead of looking for a good man, they're supposed to be preparing themselves for a good man.
That's right.
Not going and trying to find, why can't I find a good man? That might be the goddamn problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to hunt a man, and anything that's being hunted is going to want to escape.
Right.
God damn, you know what I'm saying? Anything that's being hunted is going to want to escape the hunter.
That's right.
That's natural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of them trying to find a good man, they should be trying to position themselves to have a good man.
That's right.
That's what they should be doing. You see what I'm saying? They should be doing that. Positioning themselves to have a good man.
That's right.
Position herself for Boaz. She ain't go out and hunt down Boaz.
Right.
And because a lot of these Christian women love to use that example. Ruth, you're going to get your Boaz, girl. You're going to get your Boaz. Right, I ain't see anywhere where Ruth was hunting down Boaz, you know what I'm saying, to try and make Boaz a damn slave to her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They run around talking about why can't I find a good man? You are a goddamn hunter. You're just like the white man who is called a hunter.
Right.
A cunning hunter.
Right.
And how do these women hunt men? By cunning.
God.
You see what I'm saying? Just like they daddy, just like the man that they got the match made in hell with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God.
They are cunning hunters also. And anything that's being hunted is going to want to run.
That's right.
So you know what I'm saying? When a woman when she tries to find a good man, she has to hunt. You know what I'm saying? But when a woman positions herself for a good man, the goddamn good man will come find her ass.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He'll come find her.
That's right.
Damn right.
Damn, that was heavy. That was a real heavy point you brought out. The thing is, you know what I'm saying, the men in the ISUPK too, these are good brothers in this school.
Damn
You see what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
You look at these brothers all suited up and booted up, and you think, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be under control of somebody. There's safety in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It is. You're not gonna get your ass beat in some Italian man's restaurant if you were a man in the ISUPK.
That's right.
That ain't happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. It's like, if I will. But before, there's a possibility of an altercation between her and some damn guinea, what I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but, you know what I'm saying? Between her and Mr. Spaghetti, you know what I'm saying? That black man can tell her straight up, she that's in the ISUPK, let me have it, shut up.
Come.
Right.
And totally evade the whole damn situation.
That's
and
right.
then at the same time, his strength, you know what I'm saying? Now that damn Mr. Ravioli come up, you know what I'm saying? And he has more respect for that damn table, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Because he see that strength there, and he handled that black woman that way because he's looking at her through the eyes of how he looks at her damn people.
Right.
As a whole. You see what I'm saying? He's not doing that to nobody else.
That's right.
So he already knows she don't listen to no damn body. She's, you know what I'm saying, do what she want to damn do.
Right.
And not only that, but the white man hates the hurt people and all that, so I can do whatever I want to do.
Right.
I'm angry, I'm pissed off today because I got an ingrown toenail. I can take it out on her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She better not say nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? While she and her by her damn self. I done seen, certain situations where, another incident where Hispanics was in a damn restaurant and some damn redneck come up, you know what I'm saying, and cuss the damn Hispanic woman out and great swang on her and all that. You know what I'm saying? Another incident where a black woman was at the damn ATM, this damn old ass Edomite, you know what I'm saying, come up her and cuss her all the hell out.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I think General Yohana had that on the grill.
Wow.
This stuff is happening everywhere. And then the whole thing where old boy he put her in a headlock and hip tossed the sisters and had her on the damn ground, cranked her neck and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff is happening all over the damn country right here.
Right.
Because they figure they ain't got to respect us as a damn people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The black woman's glory come from her being a subjection to her goddamn man. Just like the light of the moon comes from the sun.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Without the sun, the moon is damn dark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the case right there.
Right.
You turn away from your damn man, who the hell got to respect you?
Damn right.
He knows as soon as she ran her big ass mouth that she ain't got no respect. She don't respect her man at home. He already knew that.
Right.
She has no discipline, no order, you know what I'm saying? No meekness and calmness about her damn self like a lady's supposed to have.
Right.
So he figured the only thing he's doing is beating up a weaker man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how he look at it. He look at it like he's beating up a weaker man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And just like When people look at the man and the Lord in the Isupk, they see power and authority. When they look at you people in the world who ain't suited and booted and ready for this warfare, they see weakness.
That's right. That's right.
Damn right.
That's exactly how they see it.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, without that black woman obeying that black man, she gets seen as some type of male-female hybrid.
Right.
So he figure he's not even beating a woman. For
right.
real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you see incidents of stuff happening to black women and stuff all over the, Facebook and, things like that, they're not really looking at her as a woman.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? While you got people out there teaching their daughters how to fight, how to defend themselves, or teach them how to take some goddamn instructions.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to defend her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. You got a 120-pound damn female. I don't give a damn how good she can box.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she might be able to box good or whatever. She might be able to beat some dudes up or whatever. And she only gonna make some guys mad.
Right.
And he gonna knock it. Imagine her running up on, she coming up on Isaiah. What's gonna happen with that? With something like that, with somebody Isaiah size and everything, you know what I'm saying? Even if she was to get out and hit him 5-10 times, whatever the hell, he hit her one goddamn time, what's gonna happen?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When if she had took the protection of instruction, right, and stopped listening to the spirit of the white man in her damn ear, telling her she can do whatever a man can do, she would have never ran up on a man like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or if she had the urge to run up on a man because she was formerly in the world or whatever, she listened to her husband tell her, said her, stand down on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll handle that situation. She follow that order. Now her eye don't have to look like that.
Right.
Now she don't have to look like the elephant man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or worse.
Exactly. I was just saying time check 6:41.
Okay, 6:41. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer.
Okay.
And we're gonna end out the class. We're gonna have okay. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer and end out the class.
Pass class over.
Right. Now to pass over the class to priest and officer Nakashwan.
Well, the Isupk started out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York City. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes inside the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10. Mayasha means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The Passover is going to be March 30th. Reminder for Akim and Akwakim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. With that being said, Amajum. Upon Makadam, we can rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abano. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodah. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kaiwa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Ladan. Salai. Ladan now. Call. Yo, one. What's lucky now? Come walking now. That's lucky now. Come walking now. Walla. Come around now. Manasa one. A ball. Oh, Shana. Maya. Ra. Kaya. The cup. Hamalaku. Walla. 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 I'm up.
What
we just said, this in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. That will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us of our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. I'm up. So.
Amanda Shabbat, we're going to give a salute to the brothers. Amanda Shabbat, Amanda, Barak, Yazmatah. Now we're going to give a salute to the sisters. Amanda Shabbat, Amanda, Barak, Yazmatah, dismissed.
Another further.
Good. Right there.